Hello! Algebra students, Mr. Lawrence here, and I put this video together for a couple of reasons. One, I want to see you do well on the test. Many of you have been working so hard and you've been staying up on your activities and participating in class. You're doing a great job. Some of you have been slacking a little bit. You got the third quarter slump going on. Got to break out of it. We don't want to start third quarter off poorly. All right, so I made that video, one, to help all of you be successful, and two, because seventh period didn't get to meet with my class for a couple days in a row. So these are the things you're going to need to know. First off, graphing. You should recognize the three forms the red, blue, and green equation are in. You should be able to graph them. All right? You go ahead and pause the video. I want you to graph each one of them. Have you paused the video? If you haven't graphed them on your own, please do so now. You can't just sit here and watch like you're watching some bad TV show. I don't care if you don't like the video. Do what I tell you to do. All right. I'm going to graph the red one. Hopefully you've done it already. It's in slope-intercept form, which means the 4 is the y-intercept, or b, and -2 is the slope, but as a fraction that would be like -2/1, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, my rise over run, -2/1. I'm going to go down 2, right 1, and down 2 and right 1. It's like I'm dancing, down 2, right 1. There we go. All right, so I'm getting ready to draw my graph. Oh no, I want this one. And there is a graph of the red equation. Yes, the red equation. And how do you know it's the red one? Because it's red. Oh, is that orange? No, that's red. Okay, my eyes played a trick on me. All right, very good. The second one, the blue one, if you haven't tried it yet, pause the video. All right, I know it's going through the point 3, -1. So I'm going to find the point 1, 2, 3, -1 is right there. And the slope is 2/3. So I'm going to rise 2, run 1, 2, 3. Rise 2, run 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Now I can draw that line, but I think it might be easier to clone this line. And I'm going to go like that. And you're like, but Mr. Lawrence, it needs to be blue. Mr. Lawrence, it's a blue equation. It needs to be blue. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. There's the blue one. All right, now to do the green one, if you haven't done it yet, please do so. I'm going to find intercepts. I'm going to plug 0 in for x. And when I do that, I'm going to get 4 times 0 minus 3y equals 24. Well, this just turns to 0, so now I have -3y equals 24. I'm going to divide by -3. And I will get y equals -8. So I know 0, -8 is the y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -8. All right. Then I'm going to put 0 in for y. I'm going to put 0 in for y, and I'm going to find the x-intercept, right? Because if I'm on the x-axis, the y-coordinate must be 0. If I'm on the x-axis, the y-coordinate 0. Yeah, that almost sounds like a song. Could be a hit record for me someday. All right, here we go. Well, this part here just turns to 0. So now I have 4 times x equals 24. If I divide by 4, I get that x equals 6. So the x-coordinate is, x-intercept, is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so this one would go like this, okay? Now, if you need more practice with this graphing, there are those videos that I had already on my webpage for my honors class. You certainly can go ahead and watch them. All right, there you go. Oh, I guess I should make him a little bit longer so we can see the arrow. There we are. All right, that's graphing, which should be total review. Okay, here, I've given you a line. First job is, I want you to write the equation of that line in point-slope form. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. Have you paused the video? Have you done it? Gotta pause the video. Gotta pause it. All right. So let me see here. I'm ready to do it. I think I'm going to use this point here, which would be the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So that's the point 4, 2. I could use this point over here, though, which would be what? Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so point slope equation could be y minus 2 equals, oh darn, I didn't figure out the slope yet. I got to go back and figure out the slope. So let me see. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So down 4. And then right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which will give me a slope of negative 2/3. If you can tell that's negative. All right. The slope is negative 2/3. There it is. If you had counted this way, you would have got positive 4. By the way, cover your ears. Sorry about that. Oh, they're traveling in pairs today. Excuse me. All right, and then we're going to go left 6. Now, some of you are wondering, why isn't it 4, 6? Well, it is, but it simplifies to 2/3, right? I divide each one by 2. So if I use the other point, this one here, my equation in point slope form would be y minus 6 equals negative 2/3 times the quantity of x plus 2. So you could have either one of those equations, okay? Either one, it doesn't matter. All right, now I want you to convert that to slope-intercept form, okay? I'm going to use the orange one because that's the one I started with. So let me see here. Ooh, wrong button. Let's see, Control D. I got to put my 2/3 in there. All right, not a problem. Negative 2/3. All right, so my first step, if you haven't done it yet, please pause the video and do it. My first step is to distribute the negative 2/3. And so I'm going to get y minus 2 equals negative 2/3 x plus, because a negative times a negative is a positive, and that's going to be 8/3. All right, I don't want to use 8/3. I think I'm going to use 2 and 2/3. And you'll see why in a second. Then I'm going to add this 2 over here. Why am I doing that? Because I want y to be alone. Yeah, I want the y to be alone. So now I will get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4 and 2/3. And I like that for slope-intercept form because my y-intercept is at 4 and 2/3. Hey, by the way, there's an extra grid here. Let me get rid of that grid. Let's see if I can delete it. All right, check this out. There, let me switch to blue. Okay, let me find the y-intercept. It's right about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and it's about 2/3 of the way up. So I'm feeling really good about my answer. All right, one more step. One more step. I'm going to convert this to standard form. Well, remember, standard form is ax plus by equals c, and a must be greater than 0. So I notice that the x term is out of place, so I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want it on the right-hand side. But if I add 2/3 x, why am I adding? Because it's a negative 2/3. If I add 2/3 x to one side, I have to do it to the other. And now I'm in standard form. All right, we're doing well. Now, first and third period, you know about standard form with integer coefficients. You can go ahead and do these 3 problems on your own and then just check. For 7th period, I'm going to do a teaching moment here, okay? So if you're in 1st or 3rd period, you're going to go ahead and pause the video, write the 3 equations down, take care of business, right? If you're in 7th period, you're going to watch and you'll pause later. All right, so standard form, as I just said, was ax plus by equals c, and a has to be greater than 0. But this time we want integer coefficients. In other words, we want whole numbers or the negatives of the whole numbers. I could have a negative 5 for a coefficient, a 12 for a coefficient. Integers do not include fractions or decimals. All these have fractions. So with each one, I'm going to multiply to get rid of the fractions. Now, what I multiply by has to be a number that will cancel out all of the denominators. In this first problem here, I have ax plus by equals c, but I don't have a denominator on the 5. It's a 1, but that's trivial. So I won't pay attention to the 5 when trying to figure out what number I should multiply by. Well, let me see. I've got a 2 and a 3. What's the smallest number that will cancel them both out? It's pretty obvious. Most of you know it off the bat, but right off the bat. But if you don't, pick the larger of the two denominators and count by it. 3, 6, 9, 12. Now you can stop when you say a number that the other denominators all go into evenly. Well, I should have stopped at 6. 2 goes into 6 evenly. 3 goes into 6 evenly. There's no denominator here to worry about. So I'm going to multiply each term by 6. And so then I'm going to simplify. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3 times x, 3x. Okay. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4 times y is 4y. There's nothing going to cancel here. 5 times 6 is 30. And there you go. We are in standard form because I have ax plus by equals c. A is greater than 0. We got a positive 3 there. That's true. And there are integer coefficients. My coefficients are all whole numbers or they're negatives. You can go ahead and try and pause the video now and try B and C on your own 7th period. If you need to watch me do it, that's okay. Make sure you pause it for C and try that one on your own. All right, I need the smallest number that 7, 5, and 10 will go into evenly. I don't have to have the smallest one. It just makes my math easier. So I'm going to count by tens until I say a number that 7 and 5 both go into evenly. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Oh, 70 is my answer. So I'm going to multiply by 70 here. I'm going to multiply by 70 there. And I'm going to multiply by 70 there. All right. So 7 is going into 70 10 times. 10 times 6 is 60 times y is 60y. 5 goes into 70. Well, let's see. 5 goes into 50 10 times. There's 20 left over. 5 goes into 24 times. So 10 and 4 is 14. See how I did that? I did 5 into 50 and then 5 into 20, because 50 plus 20 is 70. It's kind of like using the distributive property. Now I'll do 14 times 2, which is 28, x, and then 10 goes into 70 times, and 7 times, and that will be minus 21. All right, now I'm not done with this problem because I'm not in standard form. I don't have ax plus by equals c. I've got to get rid of this 28x. Well, I've got to subtract 28x. Why? Because the 28 is positive. So I'll subtract 28x over there. And when I do that, I will end up with negative 28x plus 60y equals negative 21. Still not in standard form because a is not greater than 0. I'm going to divide by negative 1, but I'm going to do it 3 times. Half, half, and half. And so now I will get 28x minus 60y, and that will equal positive 21. And there we go. Standard form integer coefficients. All right. If you haven't done so already, pause the video and try C no matter what class you are in. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 12. I could do 24. It will work. It'll just blow everything up, make them larger than I want them to be, but it's not wrong. 12 is the least common multiple of 4, 6, and 3. Okay. 4 is going to 12 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. This will be 9x. Okay. 6 goes into 12 2 times. This will be minus 14. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 1 times y would be 4y. All right. Now, I'm definitely not in standard form. I'm going to add 14 to both sides, but I'm also going to subtract 4y from both sides. And when I do that, I will get 9x, those cancel, a minus 4y, those cancel, and a 14, and there I am. Standard form with integer coefficients. All right, need some more help with that? Let me know. Let me know sooner rather than later. Don't wait till Monday. Send me an email on Friday or Saturday, and I will get back to you. All right, a couple more problems to check out. Here we have 4 lines. We've done this in class. I want you to tell me the equations of those 4 lines, okay? Go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure it out. All right, first of all, I'm going to do the orange one. I know it's a vertical line, and I'm going to find 2 points on that line. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1. So that's going to be the point 3, 1. And that is going to be the point 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. Do you notice how the x-coordinate repeats itself? In both cases, the x-coordinate is always 3. Any points I would have picked, that would have been the case. My equation for the orange line is x equals 3. Let's go do the blue line. It's a vertical line. Look at this. I've got negative 9, 0. And up here, I have negative 9, 8. I know my equation, x equals negative 9. If you haven't paused the video and tried these, try them. They're so simple. All right, I've got that maroon one I'm going to do next. Okay, let's see. That's the point 0, 8. And that's the point, let's do that one, 7, 8. Well, this time the x-coordinates aren't repeating. But look at that, the y-coordinates are. Yeah, the y-coordinates are repeating. We've got an 8 and an 8. I know the equation of the line. It's going to be y equals 8. Okay, the green one. Let's do this one. This is going to be what? Negative 2. Not sure for how far down that is. Oh, that's going to be negative 9. Okay, and this one's going to be positive 2. Negative 9. Well, the 2's don't repeat because one's positive, one's negative. But the negative 9 sure do. It's the y-coordinate. Y must equal negative 9. Hey, by the way, can you tell me the slopes of the lines? Go ahead. Go figure out your rise and your run. I'm going to do the maroon one first. Let's see. For the maroon one, I rise 0 and I ran 7. So that would be 0 over 7, which is 0 divided by 7, which equals 0. The slope of the maroon one is 0. The blue one, let's see. I'm going to rise. Looks like I'm rising 8. I'm running 0. 8 divided by 0, that's undefined. You may tell me that there is no slope, or you may tell me that it's undefined. Remember, no slope and 0 are not synonyms. 0 slope means it's perfectly level. It's not sloping up or down. Okay, it's sloping 0. No slope means it's a vertical line. It's undefined. You can't do it. All right, what do I got to do? The orange one? Yeah, I got to do the orange one. Getting the orange here. All right, let's see here. The rise looks like it's going to be 4. The run is going to be 0. That's no slope or undefined. No slope or undefined. And finally, the green one. Looks like the rise is 0. And the run is 4. 0 divided by 4 is 0. The slope is 0. It's a horizontal line. Okay. So I've got 2 more problems here. I've given you 2 sets of points. You need to do 3 things. The first thing is give me the equation of the line that runs through those 2 points. Give me the equation. Tell me if the line is horizontal or vertical. And 3, I want to know the slope of the line. Go ahead and pause the video and then give them a shot. Okay, here I am. I'm going to do this really quick. A, the equation is going to be x equals 3. Why? Because the x-coordinate is always 3. This is a vertical line, and it has no slope, or you may say the slope is undefined. There we go. B, the equation is y equals -1, because the y coordinate is always going to be -1. It's a horizontal line. And the slope is going to be 0, because there's 0 rise over some run. 0 over a non-zero number is 0, and there you go. That's the video. I hope it helps you. Please watch it more than once if you need to. Please make flashcards. Please study. I want to see you have so much success. Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good weekend, everybody.